I feel optimistic. I was watching something the other day, and this woman was talking about reparations, and she said, if we're going to talk about reparations, we have to come from the mindset of education. And one of the things that we have to do is guarantee a quality 4-year at high college degree, like a path to college degree for all African Americans. She said, because I'm like she called herself a book nerd. And she was like, I truly believe education is the path to middle class. And I've always felt that way. But the challenge is, how do you get people who've never seen anyone succeed from education, where everyone in their community is a high school graduate, or maybe they just have a job, which I'm not knocking, but how do you get them to buy into, education is key? You know, like this, you want to be middle class, you want to extend that gap between the haves and the have-nots. It's education. How do I get people to buy in when everybody in their hood is like, school, man, that's it's a hard sell.
Yeah, and then you add that on top of kids from Black and brown kids not being supported as much as they should be in the schools, or their schools in their neighborhood not being supported with resources. Getting them to buy into it, but then you also have to support them and help them learn throughout the year so that they can actually get a degree, get that education that they need. So it's so many tiers, there's so many different angles that's coming at the problem that we have to address. And I think part of it is having more, one part of it is having more Black and brown teachers in the classrooms. I think people who come from the community, people who kids can look up to and see that walk like them, talk like them, look like them, and they can say, you know what? I'm not going to follow someone that's telling me that education isn't important. I'm going to follow my teacher or someone who I admire, someone who I see every day, who came from the neighborhood that I came from, but also showed me that education could be a way out of my circumstances. So I think we need a big push to get more Black and brown teachers in the classroom. And even honestly, I think especially more male figures, because, especially our boys who struggle in the school system. Let's be honest, a lot of fathers are not at home for many different reasons. Some of them because of the system has been sent to prison, or et cetera, et cetera. So when you have more male figures, even it can be teachers, they can be mentors, they can be deans, just men in the school buildings to support kids, and especially our boys and Black and brown boys and girls, to show them that this is, even if they didn't make it through, they can talk to our kids and show them that this is why it's important. Get your education, value this. Don't worry about what everyone else is saying. This is going to help you and your family overcome some of the obstacles that you're facing. I think we need more of that.
It's so funny because as you was speaking, I'm just like, I've always felt that way. Like the problem is, like you're a young African-American male and you have a white woman in front of you who's coming with all of these biases, and what your home situation is. You know that you may have a mother at home, but where is that Black man? And I wish that more Black men would go into education. I just wish that they would, instead of looking at as a nurturing career, look at it as a career for like survival. Like you are doing what's necessary to make sure that our young Black men are growing up valuing like the things that are important, because at a certain point, you're hearing it at home from a mother, and then you go into school with a white man. Where is that African-American brother that's going to say, yo, come here, let me pull your collar and tell you what's really good. Like, you think the streets is good? Nah, the streets, it's only two ways, either jail or death. Let me show you another path. And I just wish more Black men would go into education, or if not even go into it, just be mentors, even if it's in a sports, or just be mentors, be there for young Black men, because I'm worried most about them, because girls are going to be okay. They are, like, we have an advantage. Like, I don't have to worry about being targeted, but I worry about young Black men, like who's pulling them by the collar and telling them, yo, I got you. And we need that for them.
Need more, for sure.
Yeah.